Hello, Captains. It's me, TONIK TZW, here in the Tier 7 Premium Pan-American ship, the Atlantico, which, if you know it, has mean secondaries and you don't want to get close to it. But if you're in this ship, unfortunately, you're going to have to play and push to get close to make the most out of those secondaries. Now, one of the things that I want to point out here is the double Pozharskys division on red team. The fact that we've got 3 destroyers, which is 1 per cap. I am in division with a couple of my fleet mates. And I called this one at the very start. I said it's highly likely we're going to have 1 destroyer and the 2 Pozharskys out in front of us. And if those 2 Pozharskys are going to do anything, it's going to be to let the destroyer spot for them, and then they are going to rotate through their smoke screens so they can try to stay hidden from view and rail on anything within range. So we're going to start creeping forward slowly, and I do say that the Pozharskys are likely to be in the middle, so I kind of want to think about heading towards A cap. Um, the cruiser from A cap has already abandoned it. It is a P-bagration, and why the hell he's just hit his radar, I don't know, because he's a million miles away from anything. But there is the first of the Pozharskys who is going to his smokescreen. So we're going to put a salvo out there at him, and there is the second. So it looks like my premonition is already coming true, and we get just over 4.5k off that guy. But there is the Ostergotland. So we are going to switch our secondaries onto him and try and keep him spotted, or try and push him back off the cap. It's highly likely that his torpedo's on the way. He is spotting for these 2 Pozharskys, and the Pozharskys are starting to rail onto this cruiser on my left-hand side. This guy is bow in. We're going to put a salvo out there, and we've gunned the engines. So that's one of the reasons we were creeping forward, is so that the destroyer would send his torpedoes our way, and then when we gun our engines, that we are going to be able to outrun them. But here comes the cruiser. He crosses straight across my bow. You should always try to cross behind another ship, not in front of them. I do believe that that is an actual naval thing as well. And because we've got sonar running, we can see the second spread of torpedoes coming, and we're just keeping our guns covering our destroyer on the cap. But we see ships there. Veneto is off the cap. There is very obviously a destroyer on A cap, but for whatever reason, our destroyer does not want to go near A cap. But having secured B and realizing that I'm flat broadside to A, I tell him that I am going to push into A cap. And I'm trying to tell the destroyer, look, mate, please get on the cap. You know, you've let it flip to red team without so much as trying to contest it. And this Veneto is trying to make a getaway. The secondaries are firing on him because we've got some really good range on these, and we're going to add to the pain of those secondary hits with a salvo that's going to drop a double citadel on that guy. And in running away, he's also going to catch a couple of torpedoes off the destroyer. Now, I am spotted. I'm expecting that torpedoes have already been fired. We've got our DD. I can't remember who's in the DD. If it's Pikey, yeah, I think it's Pikey in the destroyer. So we've got sonar detected. Here comes a set of torps from there. There's the Ostergotland, so potentially more torpedoes coming through, and that means that currently I'm unsighted by those 2 Pozharskys, and these guys managed to miss every single torpedo. We are hard spotted again. I'm thinking, is that off the left? Is that off the right? No, it's the Summers there. Summers CE Collector's Edition, the original Summers from the campaign, I believe. But even though we've only got AP, we're going to put a salvo onto him. We're on the cap. We want to try and draw his fire. We want to try and keep him spotted as long as possible. The secondaries are absolutely clattering him. The main battery got a good hit too. And now we're on the capture point. But here we go. Look, two Pozharskys in one smoke screen. Now, the reason this video is called What's Plan B is because we kind of called their play before we even started the game. It was kind of obvious what they were going to do. If they weren't going to double up in a smoke screen, they were going to split across caps and they were going to put smoke screens up and cover two caps, which I don't think they would have done because anybody in the division should be supporting each other. Now, even though these guys are resetting me, um, Pikey there in Hyder is holding all the cap points, and with three ships in the cap and them unable to hit two of them, that means we get this one flipped to blue 2. Red team have lost two destroyers. They've lost one battleship. And so I decide that actually these guys can have their fun. They're not going to do a huge, massive amount of damage to me. There is an Atlantico out there somewhere on red team, and red are pushing into Charlie Cap. But look at this. We are only a few minutes into the game. We control three caps, and we're over 400. We're pretty much 500 points up. We're more than 500 points up at this point. We put the front two turrets onto the lead Pozharsky. Our secondaries are going to pop some shots off across there. So they're in the air flying. The secondaries are flying, and we get a kill with a close quarters. And we are now going to push this second Pozharsky because he hasn't got his buddy to smoke him up anymore. So even though he's in smoke now, when that smoke screen runs out, he isn't going to have another one immediately available. So these guys did not have a plan B for being pushed by a battleship. Secondaries snap off momentarily there. I'm a little bit worried about that whiskey, but he's running away. He's being hounded by two destroyers. I've no idea what that battleship way out on the left-hand side at the bottom of the minimap is, but he's going nowhere fast. I'm spotted by a destroyer, probably the Gotland, but Mr. Pozharsky here is trying to get away. And in closing him down, we've brought him into the perfect range, and that is going to be a dev strike. Secondaries straight back onto the Gotland. He's in range. He's going to try and gun me down. I'm going to look around crazily here because I heard the beep, beep, beep of torpedoes, and it says that there were torpedoes to port. And I'm thinking, yeah, port is left. There's nothing there. Is it on the right? And just as I'm going to get ready to put a salvo out to this side, if you look at the right side of the minimap, the blue and red are getting ever, ever closer together. There's the torpedoes, but they aren't going to reach me. And that game was over in 8 minutes flat. Yeah, just over half the time you have to play the game, and it was done and dusted. And the funny thing to see here is there was literally 1 XP between myself and Pikey. The Pozharskys placed first and third, probably from all the damage that they farmed off me. Um, but it just goes to show if you're going into a game, um, learn the basics of the ships, learn how ships are played, and then learn how to counter those tactics in the best possible way, because that's exactly what we did there. So, guys, please do smash the like button, leave me comments, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.